Hello everyone. We're on day 10 of 21 days to receiving good. And Maureen, it's funny, I tried to tag you. Oh, let me see if I can tag you now. It wouldn't let me tag you at the beginning. And I always, there you are. Okay. I don't know why sometimes I try and tag it when I'm putting the video together. Sorry, I got to get out of there so I can see you. I so appreciate when, and I'm moving this aside so I can see your post. So a couple things. One for sure is I did 2 health ones. One, what is today? Wednesday, Monday night, and then yesterday morning that someone else had requested about. So check those out. They're not in the 21 days, but they're on this in this group. But you were talking about intense pain in sacral area, and I'm totally a believer. I've studied psychosomatics and the body-mind connection, and anything in the sacral area often has to do with feeling safe, not feeling safe, lack of safety. If you think about this is just the potential meanings, so it doesn't mean it's true for you, but often when I look up stuff, I'm like, oh my God, that's going on with me. I'm like, that's exactly what's going on with me. So it can be like you had nailed it, like the idea of I don't feel safe moving forward in the world. And it's so fascinating because you're so on point here. So besides the usual 24/7 pain I've seen since 2010, now there's a new issue with my left femur that is sort of dislocated. So definitely, Maureen, what I would tell you is float back to 2010 and see what might have been happening in your life at that time. It's typically always related. If you think back to what was happening, what was going on for you in 2010, because what's happening in the life, and then all of a sudden a physical manifestation shows up, 99.9% of the time there's a link. So that's one thing I would tell you to do. And then the sort of so the femur and left side. So here's the thing: in the psychosomatics, the body, left side is feminine, right side is masculine. So left side also has to do with, it can do with our own feminine energy. It can do with women in our lives. And if there's a problem, are there women in your lives that you're having problems with? And is there someone you're having a challenge with at the time that this dislocation occurred? Is there someone you feel like disconnected from, that you started to have this disconnection? And it can happen before, something that's been going on. So one, check what was going on in 2010. Two, the left femur, it's dislocated. Is there someone you're feeling, a woman? Is it your own feminine energy that you're feeling dislocated from? So numbness and my leg become a dead weight. I'm guessing that's on the left side too. So is there a part of your feminine energy that you feel like you're numbing out? Legs are all about the ability to move forward, and you nailed it down there, how to move forward. And the numbness, and my leg becomes a dead weight when I step on it. So the idea of moving forward, if there's women in your life, or there's, say, your own feminine energy, like this inability to move forward, and it feels like a dead weight to you, which is all stuff you're saying. You're so either intuitive or in touch with this. And then you said a memory came up the other day, and I think I have an idea of the things. I just did this yesterday. I noticed something I've been dealing with consistently, and I was out hiking and I was tapping, and all of a sudden I had a memory come up, and it was totally linked to this idea of betrayal, that I was like, oh my God, like it was so profound. And then emotion came up, so I always know it's related. And then the words out of place, to have a bearing on my current situation, which is interesting, the wording you use. So out of place and have a bearing. So I can't bear weight on my one leg. It's too painful to have a bearing on my current circumstance. I can't find my bearing, what direction to take. So it makes sense. I can't bear weight on my leg, my left leg, I've sort of lost my bearings with how to move forward in my life and what direction to take. I mean, you're so spot on with this. and especially regarding income. I would recommend if you, I have a 21 days. It's really it's really low cost. It's in my group. It's like $47, and it's 21 hours, and it's all about money. If that's something that you can afford, I would look for that. And it can really, it's 21 hours of tapping with group tapping, and you might find that really goes a long way to help you for a, a smaller investment. And if it feels like it's too much, just look for different videos on here as well. I think I did one on here. I have to look. So look through the videos in this group, because that can help you too. So tapping and finances being a concern. So this is my take on finances. When our finances feel overwhelming, when we're in terror, it often matches the feelings that we had in childhood. Because think about it, finances are survival. We need it in this world, unless you're going to live off the grid, which some people do. Go up here north 2.5 hours where I used to live, Taos, New Mexico. There's a bunch of people living off the grid. But you need finances to live in this world. And so how does that mirror childhood? The feeling of overwhelm. If you float back to childhood, where does that feel good? So in regards to, thank you for this, Maureen, and thank you for me. I think you're 100% right. It absolutely, absolutely. I think everybody can relate to this on some level. So, and when you think about like moving forward or receiving more good in your life, often when we don't move forward, it's definitely usually around worthiness. Like I'm not allowed to move forward. I don't feel worthy to receive good. Where did you learn the programming? Like, I'm not allowed to receive good. How good can you stand it? That's a really big one. And that's actually what I want to tap on here is, we start to move forward. We all have these upper limits. I think it's Gay Hendricks that says that, or we hit plateaus, and it's like we can't move beyond them, because things to ask yourself is, who would be upset? Even, and we're talking on an unconscious level, who might be jealous, who might have issues with you being able to move forward, who might be upset with you if you actually were able to move forward in your life. So those are just things that I would tell you on your own to look into, and definitely tap on whatever memory that was that came up. So, and just say this out loud and for everybody. Sorry, I suddenly feel the need to really stretch, so I'm going to. The amount of good I can receive is limited. And you might just simply say, receiving good is limited to me. And think about how true that feels. It's limited. And just tune into that. And karate chop. Even though I'm not allowed to receive too much good, that's off limits for me. And I'm not even sure why. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way. Even though I really want to allow more good into my life. But I don't always. I accept myself anyway now. Even though allowing more good in my life feels really limited to me. And I'm not sure why. I accept myself and my feelings now. No, I don't. I don't accept myself. Go to the eyebrow. What if that's the problem? Just really accepting myself. Right here and now. With all my apparent flaws, foibles, health concerns. I think what happens for me is I start to have a health issue and I get down on myself when it's not getting better or it starts to get even worse. I try and do so many things to heal myself, and yet I can't seem to get there. What if it starts with self-acceptance? Meeting myself exactly where I'm at. I'm doing what I can, getting the help I need. And I'm even here asking for help. So I definitely want to allow more good in my life. I definitely want to allow more healing. But I feel stuck. And what exactly is it that I say to myself about myself by having challenges with my health, with my finances, with moving forward in my life, with what I want to do in my life? What am I saying to myself? I bet if I really, really tune in, it's highly likely I'm judging the hell out of myself. Hey, Aura. I bet I'm really judging myself harshly. And that's always something to pay attention to. Because self-judgment can be really sneaky. It can sound totally rational and reasonable. No, I should do this. I should be able to figure this out. I should know how to move forward in my health. I should know how to make more money. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. But if I really pay attention, I never feel good when I'm saying things like that to myself. And what if that's the place to start? What if I can just consider letting myself off the hook right now? I don't want to be feeling any of these things. I don't want to have the health issues I do. I don't want to be confused about how to move forward in my life. And I certainly don't want to feel fear around my finances. But when I think about all of this and the self-judgment that's here, that just feels like so much more pressure. Just pressurizing myself. And that really sucks. So what if all I have to do right now is just relieve the stress that I've learned to put on myself about these challenges that are showing up for me. That's it. What if I can give myself credit for seeking the help I need, seeing the health practitioners I am, attempting to get help. Give myself credit for that. Whether I find the right help yet or not, I'm seeking it. So for sure, at a conscious level, I want to heal. And I'm definitely open to finding what's below the surface in my conscious, that's in the way of me allowing myself right now to receive more good. If I really look at it, I've judged the hell out of myself my whole life. I've learned to treat myself the way I was treated. And I'm totally open to healing this self-judgment, starting right here and now. And what if, by paying attention and noticing how I talk to myself about all these challenges that are showing up for me now, what if by doing that and starting to soothe myself even just a little bit, that's the best place to start. And that can make all the difference. So take a breath. Are I happy you're here live too? Nice to see you. So this is always where I start with this stuff. I have to start with it myself. Is like, I got to check in and go, oh my God, like there I am. The way I talk to myself is I learned to treat myself the way I was treated. I learned to talk smack to myself. I learned to talk, oh God, and I'll share this with you too. I'm on a anti-candida diet right now. I started it about a month ago because I've had this persistent rash. So I was doing all this research and all this stuff, and I've gotten help with it. And I notice that it starts to soothe, and then sometimes it'll flare back up as I'm figuring out and working through the emotional components, and then just the physiological, like what are some things that I can do to kind of help clear myself out. And the interesting thing is being on this, because my usual comfort foods are not there. It's like there's been different emotions that have come up, and that it's really been good for me to pay attention to. And it's as I heal my internal, the natural byproduct is a lot of emotional stuff continues to surface that I'm healing through. But what I wanted to say is, and Aura, I know you can relate to this too. The first step to me is always to notice, how am I talking to myself about this stuff? How am I? And every time a new health thing comes up, like, oh my God, now it's this. It's that we're like, what am I doing wrong? And this to me is where, if you're a believer in the law of attraction, it backfires. It actually makes us feel worse about ourselves and feel like shit, like, oh God, I'm attracting this. Oh my God, what have I done to do it? And that's where, to me, it's so important to just deal with, wow, I'm really talking smack to myself right now. And that's the first and only step I need to do. Just show me the next step, the one first step or the next step that I need to do on this journey. Not like I've got to figure this whole thing out right here and now, which I think most of us can do. I certainly know I've been guilty of it. And right now, just be like, how can I soothe myself right now? The way I talk to myself. Oh God, another thing's happened. I see this in people that have had chronic health issues, is the inner battle and the self-judgment just becomes more and more epic. Oh, now what's next? What's next? Oh, another thing. Oh God, what did I do to create this? And first and foremost is just start with meet yourself where you're at. Can I actually accept myself right here and now where I'm at? And are these health issues telling me something? Is my body so amazing and so intelligent that it's communicating to me and letting me know that there's something that needs my attention? What I find most of us do is we reject the body. We get pissed at our body. We feel that our bodies let us down. And in neuroscience, the body is the subconscious mind. So what if you could just start to go, consider the idea. My body is so brilliant and intelligent. It's speaking to me. It's letting me know something needs my attention. And look at me. I'm doing what I can to bring attention to this. I may not have figured this out right now, and I may have all this pain, but I want to start to give myself credit for the fact that I am paying attention and I am trying to get some help. Just starting there, to me, is huge, 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 huge. So thank you, Maureen, for this great topic. Ara, thank you so much for being here live. And that's it for day 10, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.